Yes, I can. What about you?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you today?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm really good. Thank you for asking. And can you please tell me how was your so far? How was your day so far?
It's really good and nothing happens today.
Mhm. Nothing happens. Okay. And do you have any plans for tomorrow? What will you do tomorrow? Do you have any plans? What will you do tomorrow?
I don't have any plans for tomorrow just yet.
Okay. No more plans. Okay. And what do you usually do, for example, on Sunday when there is a Sunday? What is something that you usually do? Study, spend time with your family. So what is something that you usually do?
So I usually study for the most.
Okay. Like what do you usually study? Okay. What's
I
subject?
think that the most thing that I studied is for homework for Monday because Monday that I have five unique subjects that have homework. So I have to do a lot.
Okay, so you need to do a lot of homework. Okay, very nice. Now we will start. We have here. I prepared some lesson. I used to do a lesson with one student before you. We used to
Okay.
speak about endangered animals. So I want to ask you about these animals. Okay, so what do you think about endangered animals? What is your opinion about these animals? Can you please tell me what animals, for example, are endangered in your country? Are there any endangered animals in your country?
In my country,
Mm-hmm.
I think that of course is the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes.
Mosquito. Mosquitoes
Yeah,
are
yeah,
they're
mosquitoes. Yeah,
endangered.
you know that they consist of a lot of different virus in very um very difficult because do you know that the mosquitoes has already exist 100 million years ago?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, so I think now you know. So that's do you know that the mosquitoes has a very special abilities that a lot of eggs they hatch eggs. You probably know that they hatch eggs, and do you know that like hundreds of thousands of eggs can like produce these mosquitoes. They like they like I think that they have a lot, and I think that there will be mosquitoes. The amount of mosquito in the world would equal the population in the world, or even more. And 725 thousand humans per year through breeding disease such as malaria. Only female mosquitoes bite, making them the most dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And do you
Okay.
know that through the high capacity for killing, this tiny little flying insect has steered the course of human history for multiple occasions, essential to American independence and the rise in foreign Rome. And malaria infection is particularly bad in Africa, with the region accounting for 95% of cases and 96% of deaths worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is one of the problems that people can face it. Okay, and what other things, for example, people can do to protect from malaria or other diseases like this, and how uh, mosquitoes get malaria? So what do you think? How do they get malaria? What is happening that they get malaria?
Um, Marilla, I think that like you know about Marilla.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that this only exists on mosquitoes like that, and some other will which lives in the dirtiness. For example,
Mm-hmm.
rats, and like I think that rat also consists of the marilla, and it's very dangerous. And you know
Mm-hmm.
one, do you know about the rabies?
What about?
Rabies.
No, what is that?
Okay, so rabies is a viral disease that causes Okay, so yeah, I don't know what it is. So I just sent this. This exists on dog. So even though if the dog bites you, if it contains this virus, you know what's the chance of death? It can go up 100% if we don't inject a vaccine fast.
Okay, show me.
It's I send you one little part in the Wikipedia. So wait. Oh wait for me a little bit. Okay, you can read this for about 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, and what do you think? How these small? Okay, these animals are pretty much small comparing to other animals. So, and they are not so strong comparing to other animals. How? What, in your opinion, what do you think? How they can transfer these, let's say, bad things about to other? For example, how does tigers? Let's say tigers cannot be affected by but cannot have for example in their body have defensive system to protect themselves from these animals. So what do you think about this? How small animals like rats are pretty much small animals, also like mosquitoes, how they can survive, and some big and dangerous animals can't.
So I think that when this virus that is attack an animals, they will have a lot of different things that are different than normal. For example, foaming at the mouth, very angry, even with the owners. Like they will like even attack the police or even exactly the owners because they destroyed the brain, which means that they have no idea which one is the owner, which one is the good people, which one is the bad people. They just bite everything because the whole body is being controlled by that
Virus.
Yeah, by that virus, and then they just attack everybody. So when you see a dog from far away that it seems bad, that seems to have those, you shouldn't go to them. Just mustn't go to them and go away, because even though that just a single bite, just a single bite, or just a single bite, or even lick of a dog which has this virus on it, I can't imagine what the consequences.
Okay, so do you believe? I just want to ask you: do you believe, for example, in this story that that was happening during the coronavirus? Okay, so during the coronavirus, when people used to have coronavirus, I don't know about your country. I just don't know. I'm just asking you. We used to have news, for example, that coronavirus started with the bat, with something with the bat, and which I don't know what. I don't know is this true or false, but maybe one of the one person eat a bat, and this bat has a poison, okay, in their body, and this is how corona started. Do you think is it possible that animals like bats or some other animals can do something like this to our? What do you think about this?
So I think that when someone is infected or positive to coronavirus, they will have likely to not control the abilities. For example, when people are addicted to heroin, for example, that they can't control the bodies like that. So when that happens, they feel very tired. They don't want to do anything, and they've been attacked everyone.
Okay, and how people can protect from these viruses? Okay, so we used to, okay, that was around 4 years ago. We used to have coronavirus. Okay, so this is something that affects on a lot of people. Okay, there is a big effect on a lot of people. So what are some measures that people can do to protect them from the coronavirus? What is something else that people can do to protect themselves?
So to protect from coronavirus, first is don't go out unless you actually need to go out. If you want to go shopping, to food, of course, only for food, and some other groceries. For other than that, you mustn't go anywhere except is washing your hands. Because if your hands is dirty, it's the perfect location for coronavirus to go. And you know that the coronavirus can be affects people by people on many different ways, from the mouth ways, from the water in the mouth, for the blood way, for the AIDS way. About HIV, do you know about that?
Okay.
Okay, so you know that, and there's a lot of other ways. So don't go out and washing your hands and your body frequently. Usually once a day is enough. And the next one is to like having a teamwork. Teamwork, because that if one people they can't fight against it, it needs to be multiple people from doctors, nurse, police, us, some normal people. We can still donate some of our work, so just to prevent from the coronavirus. And there is a heart-breaking stories in Vietnam. Do you want me to hear that?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I have two stories here. One is some, you know, about a shipper, some who like offer something to someone, when you're shopping online, there's a person who will offers you, and you have to pay some money for it, right? Okay, in your country that exists that, and you know that in Vietnam, police during COVID-19, they act like that. They act like they're offering, and they use it. They like the police that transport the gifts to some pool to the pool, and they but they don't mind about themselves. They don't mind about themselves, of course. And next one is something that calls Rice ATM. In March 2020, a Vietnamese entrepreneur called Hoang Tuan Anh invent a 24/7 automatic dispensing machine for the pool during the COVID-19 lockdown. The machine distributes a 1.5 kilograms or 3.3 pounds of rice from a small seller. He said that people in need still have access to food and resources during the pandemic. So, and I have the third stories that is, do you want to hear? I said what two, but I want to do three. Did you want?
Yes, of course. I just want to compare.
When Americans that they go to Vietnam for travelings or for work, that the COVID-19 just exists in Vietnam. So many people that got positive for COVID-19, and a lot of them were Americans. But the government that said that we have to quote Americans as Vietnamese. We shouldn't going far away from them. We shouldn't. We have to help them like normal. And the government banned any doctors, nurse, and normal people, like being the citizen, to having some to go far away and don't want to help the foreign people. So when the pandemic finally overcome, the American government thanks the Vietnamese for all the help that we have for the Americans who are present.
And how was the situation during the coronavirus? Okay, so what is something you used to have a lockdown? Okay, everything was closed. How was the situation back then during the coronavirus?
So during COVID-19, that every you know what the lockdown? That is when you can't go away from anywhere. You can't go away. So because that area is locked. So because of that locked, people have no access to food and local resources. They can only buy in some small shops, but they can't buy some meat, or they can't buy some other groceries or even books and pencils for the sons. So the Vietnamese entrepreneur that I showed you before, that is helped one part by making an automatic dispensing automatic dispensing rice machine I showed you. And that helps one part of the Vietnamese during the COVID-19 lockdown, because they think that everybody still have to access food and resources during the pandemic.
Of course. Okay, and how did you study? Okay, during the COVID-19, do you used to have classes online, or what was happening?
Yeah, online. We are friends with computers.
Okay, and what do you think? Is it better, in your opinion? Is it better to study online, or is it better, for example, to study on live? Let's say live to go to school. In your opinion, which situation is better for you?
So first I will list some advantage and disadvantage of studying online and studying at school. First is studying online, that you don't need to go out, and that protects you more. Next one is when you're studying online, you you can wake up a little bit early, a little bit late, because that I usually wake up at 6:55 when I'm studying online. So I have 10 minutes of brushing my teeth, go to toilet, do everything, wash my face, wash my hands, and eat breakfast. And I eat breakfast at 15 minutes, 15 minutes begin at the class. And it's pretty good, but when studying at school, I have to wake up at 6. Just literally wake up at 6. It's very early. How do you wake up to 6? Before I will ask about you that what time did you wake up every day?
Every day. That depends when I have classes. Usually I wake up. I don't know, 6:30. Okay, that depends. Okay, for example.
Okay, so average 6:15 on average.
Yes, but on Wednesday. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
this is an average.
Yes.
So like that, and that makes me feel very tired. So I'm I use every week I have to sleep as much as possible. Okay, and next, and about studying at school, the advantage. First, you can meet your friends. So next one is reduce some problems for eyes, because you know that working for a computer for hours can cause some problem for eyes, or worse, that blind. Yeah, worse is blind, which means that yeah, it's very bad. But do you know that when I'm studying online, I have to study from 7:05 to 11:30. Do you know I've spent 4 hours and 25 minutes just looking straight into the computer and writing something if I need. And literally do you know that 75% of grade 6 I studied online.
Really?
Yes.
That was during the coronavirus? during
Yes,
this pandemic?
during in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is kind of bad. And the next one is the disadvantage of studying online.
Okay.
First, yeah, first is the problems with eyes. Next one is it's very hard to have friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to have friends because we only meet friends through computers, and that's not fun. Next up, it's sitting for that whole long can cause is due to lazy, and you don't want to go out. And that's the disadvantage. And disadvantage of going to school. You have to wake up earlier. It takes a lot of time to go back and forth, and you have to go out, which is in Hanoi. Um, uh, I will answer the question that in Hanoi, if you go out of your house, what can you hear?
Noise.
Yes, noise, just like hammers. You're going straight into your eyes. Cars, motorbikes, you can't see because of the foggy
Mm-hmm.
air, beep because of the cars,
Mm-hmm.
and a whole bunch more. So I have headache literally every day, like that. So in conclusion, I still prefer studying online. That's my conclusion. I still prefer studying online because first is I'm so lazy, and next is I can just doing exercises, physical exercises in the afternoons, so I don't feel bad. And you know that in when I'm studying online, I only study half the time when I'm studying at school.
Mm-hmm.
Because that we eliminate some class. There is no need.
Yes.
Like that.
Like PE or something like this. Art, PE, music classes.
No, PE, we still studied PE.
You studied PE how?
Just open your cameras and sit right like doing exercises in front of your cameras.
Really?
Yes. You might
Wow.
think that insane, but I do that almost every day when I'm studying online.
No, I don't think that you're insane. No. Don't get me wrong. But okay, so you need to okay, exercise. I support this. I completely support this, that people should exercise. This is something because I spent that was to be honest, that was the one of the hardest things that when we used to be in lockdown. Okay, when I was in lockdown with my family, it's not a problem to be locked down with someone that you love. So this is not a problem. The problem for myself was something else. Okay, so I used to go to train every day, twice. Every day I go to the gym, exercise for 2 times a day, and now suddenly I need to stop. Okay, and for me that was something that was, let's say, really bad. And I felt really bad because of this, because I my body get used to it, to exercise every day, and suddenly you stop doing what you like to do. And yeah, but yes, but I'm aware of this, that sometimes we also used to have some problems, but for my side, because I stopped to work at how should I say, at regular jobs, like go to work before coronavirus started. I used to work, for example, like this in 2000. I started to work like this in 2017. In the beginning of 2017, I started to work like teacher online. So I didn't have any problems to continue to work like this. This is something that I get used to it. So from this part, I didn't have any problems, but from other parts, I used to have a problems because I want to go out. Okay, this is something that for myself, because the whole day I'm working on my computer, and I just want to go out to relax a little bit. And suddenly I cannot do that. Just to take a walk around neighborhood, and now suddenly I cannot do that, and that was something that I felt really, let's say, angry about this situation. And yes, and for me that was the worst part. Okay, and I want to ask you about okay, measurements that you used to have during the coronavirus. Measurements, that means, okay, so do you need to wear your face masks? Do you need to get your vaccines? So did you ever had these things in your country?
Well, that was one thing.
Face masks, that you need to wear face masks, that you need to get your vaccines. Did you ever had a situation that you need to do something of some things of this, that you need to wear a face mask on your face?
Yeah, I know. Face mask. I think that's two situations. First is when you win a lottery.
Why? Why?
Yes, because that, imagine that 100 million Vietnamese people knows that you won, for example, $100,000 like that. You don't want that, because that a lot of people there's a thief, and they know that we have a place to go now like that. So it's very bad. We have to wear a mask just to for people not to know who are we. So it's good. The next one is when you like is something that nobody wants to wear. You need to wear a face mask when you like go into hospitals because of pimples. Do you know that if you drink milk tea a lot, if you eat instant noodles a lot, if you eat snacks a lot, you will have pimples.
Yes, of course, I know
If
that.
because
Because of sugar? Because of sugar, is that
yes,
right?
sugar are the things that make us feel pimple and make us feel older than our actual age. So we have to wear a face mask, which nobody wants. And if we are stressed, we still have pimples.
Yes. I can remember this that you mentioned about pimples. This is something that people used to have back then in the past, that people used to have this kind of situations in the past. I'm speaking about the past. Okay, so this is something that happens. Okay, because a lot of teenagers in nowadays, when I was young, we didn't eat so much sugar back then. When I was young, food was pretty much healthier. But now everything what people usually eat now, this is something that is related to sugar, or something that is not so healthy. So and you have these pimples and everything else. What is that? This is something that is happening, right? And I think, in my opinion, this is something that is completely bad. Okay, so and what other things? Okay, I want to ask you about some other things that you can remember about coronavirus. Can you remember something more about coronavirus that used to happen? But let's try with something. Okay, I know that was really bad, but can you try to remember something that was good about coronavirus? I mean, staying closer to be with your family. Can you remember something that was, let's say, funny, interesting, something like this for your family? Can you remember something of that? That something was good about when you stay at your home, you didn't go anywhere. Can you remember these occasions?
I can't even remember. I can't even remember it. Because right now the coronavirus has officially ended, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, officially. Wait, I can Google if it's actually end or not. Uh. Wait. Uh. Yeah, I think that wait. No, nobody's talk about this.
Nobody, no more.
No web. No web talk about this.
Yes, no one talks about something that.
This. Oh my gosh! When you go to Wikipedia, it's outcoming whole list of stories and 700 pages.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think that is officially end. Is officially. Okay, it's now gone forever, and I don't know why. Maybe that we just don't care about it, so it's gone, right?
Maybe I used to read one article about this, that Corona will stay with us, but it will not be so so powerful, so hard, and we will continue with the with coronavirus that we used to live. Okay, like with the ordinary flu. Okay, so you have ordinary flu, season flu. This is something that happens by the end of the, let's say, by the end of the winter, become about this period of time, end of the winter, beginning of the spring, or end of the summer, beginning of the autumn. So this is something that happens, for example, when you have, let's say, this is a flu that you have every year, a regular flu that happens every year, seasonal flu. In my country, we call this seasonal flu. So this is something that happens all the time. And yes, and this is a situation that used to happen, for example, in my country right now. People are we are not afraid anymore. Okay, people from my country are not afraid anymore of Corona. They used to be afraid a lot, okay, back then, but now they are not so afraid. How people feels, for example, in your country when they need. I just want to compare. How do they feel during the coronavirus? Were they scared? Were they? Can you tell me more details about what happened during the coronavirus in your country? What was happening?
So I can't remember anything because it's officially end. So I don't care about it anymore. So yeah, I think that the information just kept gone because they no longer exist.
Okay, can you remember, for example, how was it with your family? Okay, so how your family felt during the coronavirus? What were you doing during the coronavirus, etc.? Can you remember these situations?
So my whole family have used to inflict the coronavirus, starting with my father, then my brother, then my mother, and last is me.
And how did you felt when you get sick? Can you remember?
Just tired. Don't want to eat. Don't want to do anything. Just stay there and don't even want to watch TV or use phones or play games. Just want to sleep.
Okay. And yes, this is something that is, I'm laughing because this is something that was a similar comparing to my country. Okay, so people used to feel let's say pretty much the same like you used to felt. Okay, so they used to feel in a similar manner. And were they, for example, angry, okay, because they couldn't go out or something like this? I'm speaking about generally about the people. Do they felt angry or something like this during the coronavirus?
No, I think.
Okay, and can you remember, for example, how did you feel when you couldn't go out? Okay, so this is something that, for example, for teenagers can be really upsetting. So how did you feel when someone told you that you cannot go out anywhere, that you can't go anywhere that you want?
Anywhere that you want. I think it will be like very bad because you have to stay at staying at home and cannot go out, so it's very boring. At home you don't have much to do, but when you go outside, there's a lot more things to explore about.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how about your brother? How does he felt?
His computer is better than mine, so yeah, you know what I want to say. He don't mind staying home all the day.
Is he what
He don't mind staying at home all day.
Okay. Okay, because he wants to spend time on his computer because of this.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that is quite interesting. Okay, so this is those situations were so interesting. I'm asking you about are there any punishment? For example, in my country, we used to have a punishment. Okay, so you have a situation when, for example, you cannot go out. It's forbidden to go out, but some people wants to go out. So, and they used to go out. So did you have these situations in your country, maybe, that someone wants to go out no matter what?
I think that I haven't seen any people like that.
Mm-hmm. You're more disciplined than my country. People in my country. Okay, so yes, I respect this really much, because we used to have a people when coronavirus when it was practically near the end. We used to the authorities tell us to stay more at our home. That for example, couple of weeks to stay more in our homes, and some people didn't want to wait. So they want to go out no matter what. and that was let's say pretty much bad. And because they get really big punishments because of this financial, they need to pay a lot of money because they are government forbidden for some people to go out, and they didn't obey of these rules. Okay, and what other